Alright guys, welcome to the third episode of the series Building My Own Coaching Business to 8 Figures essentially. Oh, you can't really see me, let's do it this way around. Where I'm building my coaching business and you can essentially see what I'm doing to get there. And I have to admit, I'm very pissed off at what I'm currently getting in terms of results. And especially in terms of the Instagram algorithm, or maybe it's my fault, but the algorithm doesn't say anything particular. I'm going to explain that in just a second. But in this week I'm going to make the, you might see that I've been doing some work today already. My brain is a bit fried. So I hope I'm going to do my best to make this video very, very well. But yeah, so I'm recording this on Friday this time already and not on Saturday, because on Saturday I'm going to take the day off for reasons that are too private for me to tell you. But next week it's just going to be as normal, as usual again. So yeah, that's how it's looking like currently. And the reason why I'm pissed off at the Instagram algorithm is because, like I said in the last episode, I've made some Instagram accounts so that I can start reaching out to people. And to make a bit of a better impression on these people, I've made some content on the topic that I'm, passionate about, that I want to coach people for on whatever. I hate English prepositions anyway, but it's going to be productivity, or essentially getting the same amount of work done faster, which is going to help people get like I said, they're going to be able to prioritize a lot more tasks in their business. And there are tons of people who do some stuff they're not even aware of that's costing them a ton of time. There are tons of techniques that you can apply almost immediately in half of the cases that are just going to make you a lot faster, and that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's something I'm a lot more passionate about than fucking marketing. Understand these people, sell to them. I just hate that. I'm not a people person, as you might tell, and I don't care about most things, but what I care about is speed, and that's something that I want to help people with. Anyway, I wanted to start sending outreaches to people now that I have already taken like a fucking week to warm these accounts up. And I've sent like 66 outreaches, which isn't that much obviously, but I couldn't send more in the same amount of time, because at the beginning, when you create new Instagram accounts, you cannot start immediately because you're just going to get flagged, and you might as well just not create the accounts then, right? So that's why I started slowly, and I've sent 66 messages. And usually what one should expect when sending, a couple of messages, like let's say above 50, that some people might actually see the messages, right? That's what you would expect, and that's obviously crucial for getting any replies and any bookings and any sales for the business and any happy clients. And that didn't happen at all. And when 66 people all don't see my messages after multiple days of waiting after reaching out to them, then something is probably going wrong and it doesn't make sense to continue, right? So that's the first thing. I'm not technically pissed off because of that, because that's just something, like algorithms change a couple of times and maybe some things don't work again or stuff like that. And I didn't have so much skin in the game that I've wasted like tons of days or something on that, just a couple. And obviously I haven't only done outreaches on these days, but that sucked. And for that reason, I switched from these like opener video intro messages to the same thing, but in form of voice notes. And I started to send that today. And yeah, my account got like, I don't know how you call that on Instagram. Like sometimes your account gets like taken off, but you can just verify something and then you're back immediately. It's not really like banned or something. It's just it's rather like being kicked from Discord server or something, right? And you can just get back or something. But that happened to me today. So I originally wanted to send about 50 messages. I could only send like 36 or something, which is already sucks a ton, obviously. But not only that, but now that I've sent these audio messages to at least, like 35 people, nobody of them saw them. And it's like a couple of hours ago, like 8 or something. And one might still say, okay, it's not that much, right? Obviously, I can put more volume through, and I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or the day after, when I'm working again anyway. But what's very, very annoying is that, at least to me, it seems to be the exact same pattern as the last time, where just nobody sees the messages. Sorry, by the way, for me just being angry, but I have somebody to tell that to, and you just have to see the entire journey when I'm documenting something. There are days where you're just pissed off that stuff isn't working, and that it's incredibly slow, right? And I just have to tell you that, so I'm sorry, but maybe you can relate to that when stuff isn't working, and just think about the situations where it was the same, and then hear me speaking out of your soul. If you say that same thing in English and German, you say speaking out of one's soul when something is resonating very well. Anyway, so nobody's happening there essentially. I might as well check that once again to see if somebody replied. And yes, I indeed know that this is a bit neurotic and maybe not the most healthy pattern. But at the end of the day, I just want to see whether my fucking campaign is working. And nobody's even seeing the message, right? So I could make the best message ever. And if nobody is seeing that, which is called deliverability issues, right? Whether that's on Instagram, cold calling, on fucking email or something. If that doesn't work, then you might as well do nothing, right? And it pisses me off like crazy because I don't really know what to do. Only thing I have left is just do this in text form. When it doesn't work in text form, then I don't know what happened, but my account is just fucked and I have to create a new one probably and warm the whole shit up again, right? That's what's going on right now. It's extremely frustrating because everything is taking more time again, and I just want to get things done quicker, as probably everyone want, whatever. And yeah, that's just my honest situation, and that obviously goes into my personal life, into everything, and it's extremely frustrating, like I probably said 10 times. Yeah, so that's one thing. In terms of the inputs, you might have already noticed I've done outreach. I've practiced some speaking there as well for outreaches, but I think that I already did that like last week, so you might as well know that already. So that could be the case. What I've also done is I've worked a bit on the sales side of the business. So I've built my sales script, the contract, how to handle certain objections. I haven't practiced obviously because I don't have any appointments, because people don't book calls with me because they don't see my messages and everything else in between. Yeah, I've sourced a ton of leads as well. And yeah, made content, warmed up the accounts. That's really what happened. Yeah, it's just very frustrating. But that's, I guess, how business is supposed to be for most people. And that's why people quit. And that's why it also takes like forever to get anything done. Even though you're working like, okay, this week it wasn't like 12-hour days, but you know, you get the point. And that's the reason why most people don't become successful. And I'm just going to do this for as long as it takes until I find any fucking outreach method that actually gets the people to see the message. And as soon as that is working, and I bet there are a ton of these out there, I just have to choose something, you know, like test a bit to see what's resonating better. And then I just have to book appointments. Then I just have to get better at sales. And then I just have to get better at delivering. Just is very ridiculous there, by the way, obviously. But yeah, as soon as I have that, then I'm going to make some money actually, and I can start changing my life, and I can stop living under this roof. Cool, right? But yeah, so that's really what happened here. I can quickly check if I've done something else. What I've just seen is that some people actually like the way that I interact, like the content that I'm posting like on Instagram regarding like productivity and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, another thing I've been starting to do, that's going to be the last thing for this video because I don't want to waste your time, and I'm myself pretty short on time actually right now, which is quite ironic, right, for someone who wants to teach people to get stuff done faster. Maybe that's just my mind, but one for you is I thought, okay, I want to get faster, right? So I want to increase the speed at which I can do stuff, right? And the most that you're actually doing is interacting with the fucking monitor, the PC, whatever, the laptop in my case, because laptop is better than PC because you can take it with you, etc. And then I thought, okay, I don't know if you know how usual keyboards look like, but they don't look like this, where they have like all the, I don't know if you call them vowels or vocals in English, but A, O, E, I, U next to each other. So this is a different keyboard order, and I'm going to learn this. I'm currently learning this, and I'm like at like 1/3 of the speed that I'm usually at, which sucks, but it's way better than like the day before yesterday or whatever. And I'm just getting better at this, because this is more I'm so bad at English, I'm sorry, man. Like ergonomic or whatever, how you call that. So it's more natural for your hands to move that way. And all of these keys are very, very commonly used in English. Well, actually, the English version has R and T switched, so T will be here and R will be here. But this is how it about looks, and that essentially just makes you have to move your fingers less, and this makes you faster. But so yeah, I'll let you know.